Talanoa Hufanga in his second season with the 49ers out of USC. He joins us courtesy of Harris Ranch Beef, legendary quality. Shop your local Rayleigh's supermarket for all of your tailgate needs. Talanoa, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I'm Damon Bruce. You're going to be hearing from my co-host, Ray Ratto, here in just a second. It's a real pleasure. We have yet to say hello to you this year, so hello, and thank you for joining us.
No, thank you guys so much. I appreciate the opportunity to get on the show with you guys.
No, really appreciate it. Thank you for stopping on by, and I'm sure that our producer, Lucas, who you were just talking to, was already singing the fight song with you. He's the biggest USC fan in Northern California.
No doubt. Fight on. Let's go.
There you go. We'll talk about you and Drake Jackson and how USC's got its fingerprints all over the 49ers defense just a little bit anyways. But in your entire life, we got to start with this. Talanoa, in your entire life, have you ever played a game in conditions that you played in Chicago on Sunday?
Actually, I have, because I am from Oregon. A game, I want to say my junior year of high school, we played a game in Oregon. And actually, the weather was so bad, and it got nationally televised because of the rain. It was going sideways. But I'd say it was pretty close in the fourth quarter of the Chicago game. It kind of almost matched the same intensity as the high school game, but definitely been in some bad weather in Oregon. It rains a lot. So
did the high school field drain better than Soldier Field?
Actually, it was both. Like, actually, they were both puddles. Like, I've never been on. Well, I guess I can say I have been on both fields where like puddles. Like, Soldier Field was just a swamp when it came to the fourth quarter. It was just crazy. But those are the most memorable games you'll be a part of. They were so much fun just to be out there and doing what people don't want to do in those kind of weather conditions. But you just having so much fun with your guys and your brothers out there. So definitely just had a blast for sure.
That said, how jealous were you that you guys didn't go hydroplaning in the end zone at the end of the game?
Definitely a little jealous. But we got to get back to the drawing board, come back better week 2, and have a better mindset in terms of what we need to get done on the field and come out with a win. And that's our goal, is to go 1-0 every week.
Did anything about the way that the weather happened throughout the day catch you guys off guard? Like, a lot of people don't understand what a Midwestern storm looks like until it's too late, and they're standing in it. Were you prepared for anything like that? You might have played a game like that in high school, but in terms of like bringing all the cleats that you need and the rain gear, were you guys caught off guard by that weather just a little?
Well, honestly, you prepare just to play football. So regardless of the situations you go into, you got to understand your rules and your checks and your adjustments that you got to make in game. So you can never let the outside factors, things that you can't control, whether that be wind, whether it be rain, snow, you can never let those be a controllable factor. You just got to do what you can do and play your assignment at the end of the day. Obviously, we practice in 105, 102 degree weather throughout the week, and then you go to a place like that. It actually is a little bit easier because you're coming out of the heat. So even though it rains and stuff, you still get the opportunity to go out there and play the game at a little bit cooler degrees. So
Niners safety Talanoa Hufanga joining us here on 95.7 The Game. So it was a day where the defense, I thought, played very, very well, or unfortunately spent the afternoon slitting its own throat on third down. Like, it was a tough day. You are a part of this defense. How would you sum up the afternoon when you played so well and at the same time kept the Bears in it as much as their own offense did?
Yeah, definitely. We gotta be better on every down. It can't just be third down. First, second down, you can create better situations. Third down, limit the penalties, limit the scrambling yards and stuff like that. You just gotta have better eyes. But as a safety in the back end, we take pride in making sure everything is done in the front end. So all those touchdowns as safeties, we want to take those back, because at the end of the day, we're the last line of defense, and so we gotta limit those missed errors all around, and we gotta clean everything up. That even if guys up front make mistakes, we gotta clean it up in the back end. So,
how long did you spend beating yourself up about the Pettis touchdown, and when did you stop?
Well, you gotta flush it first off in game, because you gotta continue to play. obviously, when you get back into the film room, you obviously want to take things back, but you got to move on. Life keeps going regardless of good things and bad things. So you got to continue to work and get back on the drawing board. Like I said, we were already preparing for Seattle week 2, and we got to move on. And obviously, we want to fix the errors that we made, but continue just to look forward. If you get stuck on things that are in the past, you won't make progress. So as a guys, you can just see the energy that they're bringing in this practice and what we want to accomplish in week 2 for sure.
But I guess I'm talking just about how you work through the anger and disappointment. How long did it take? Did it take until you got to the plane? Did it take all the way home? Did it take through Monday? How long did you need to be able to put it behind you?
For me, I'm a guy that has to bring energy and positive energy. I think guys that get stuck on stuff too long can affect your game. And I think for me, I had to flush it right after the play happened, because obviously I can't get it back and I can't take it back, but I can learn from it. And it's not a loss; it's a lesson. And for me, as a young guy, I'm the youngest in the DB room. Being 22 years old, I got to continue to be a leader in any way I can. And so if I can continue to flush things and see the older guys and see the way they flush things and they continue to move on to the next snap, you never want to be stuck on something like that too long. It will affect your game the rest of the game. So just being a young guy, I'm just trying to take the examples that the older guys have set for me and continue to push forward. So something like that, you got to flush it the next play, honestly. So just had to try to finish out the rest of the game in any positive way we can.
There's no reason to just spend so much time on the one play that went as bad as any play did. When I spent most of Monday, Talanoa, basically saying, that game was played in such conditions that are so unique to that game. I really don't know what we can take away and apply to what the Niners may or may not be. We all just basically watched the same football game, and yet no one knows exactly what they just watched. With the exception, I think, of your individual performance. I thought you played as well on Sunday as any performance around the NFL, any team, any player, any position. Couldn't take your eyes off you, man. You were shot out of the cannon. You were making every single tackle. You were around the ball. You picked it off. It was really a day where I said to myself, I think for the first time, Talanoa Hufanga. This guy might be more than just another Niner. He might be special. That was an outstanding game that you played. Can you separate how well you played from the disappointment of the loss?
Honestly, I actually didn't think I played that well.
Really? What about, in your mind, kept you from meeting what I thought was an outstanding afternoon?
Just watching the keys of the game. I think it took me a few reps just to get confident in terms of being able to be in my right gap, eye discipline. And anytime we score, I want to put it on me. Whether or not it's my job or not, I would love to just put the touchdowns on me, because, like I said, I'm the last line of defense as a safety. And for us as a defense, we want to hold each opponent to 0 points. So, if they can't score, if they can't kick a field goal, and we score 3 points, whether that's 3, 2, or 7 points, 6 points, we're going to win the game. And so as a defense, obviously, any situation we're not. And in an individual standpoint, I'm not satisfied with a game like that when we don't win. So for me, just got to continue to work, continue to be a sponge and absorb as much knowledge as I can from the older guys, the coaches, and continue to go out there and just improve what the Niner defense is all about, for sure.
Did you win that high school game that was played in the rain?
Yes, sir.
By a lot or a little?
Honestly, I think it was I want to say it was 35-14, probably, somewhere around that kind of score. I couldn't tell you that's not exactly, but it's around that margin. So
you had a hell of a good time.
Our producer just said it was against Forest Grove.
Yeah.
And who'd you play for?
Crescent Valley.
There you go. Shout out Crescent Valley. Write that down. Are you wearing this? Have you worn the same jersey number in high school and college and in the pros, or has it changed?
Well, high school and college, I wore the same number, 15, and then when I got to the pros, I got 29, and so.
How'd you go about getting 29? Did you ask for it? Was it given to you? How's that go about?
It was just given to me. Honestly, I'm not a picky person, so whatever number was handed to me, I was very grateful just to be able to put on the jersey. So 29 is what it's looking like, and 29 is what I'm sticking with. So
I was about to say, ever consider putting on 43? You must have heard already the Troy Polamalu comparisons. They're out there. You both went to USC. You're both of Polynesian descent. You play the same position. Both of your hair checks the boxes of glorious and luxurious. So, I mean, there's got to be a Head and Shoulders commercial in your future somewhere here at Talanoa.
Oh, well, you definitely need to talk to my marketing team about that and continue to put it on any way I can. But, no, just very blessed just to be around greatness like that in Troy, just learning from him and just taking everything he has. You know, it's a very different way he sees the game and a different way that he approaches it as well. So, very blessed. But, yeah, 43, that's definitely his number. And we got to keep it the GOAT for him. So,
is there truly a brotherhood that ties USC Trojans together? Do you have a relationship with Troy Polamalu because of where you both went to school and the position that you play? And how cool is it that you get to take a college teammate like Drake Jackson and then step into your professional careers almost together at this level?
Definitely. Actually, I train with Troy Polamalu, so that's somebody that I'm very blessed to just be around all the time, and all the knowledge that he gives me. Being in the Trojan Network and the Trojan Brotherhood, definitely you can see that we're always looking out for each other. And, you know, definitely when Drake got here, when he was drafted in the second round, we were very blessed just to see him and his athletic ability, his smarts, and the way he can play the game of football. He fits that model in our system. So we're the way he played on Sunday, you know, for his very first NFL regular season game, he did well, and he stepped up to the occasion. And so we're just excited to see what he has. He's probably one of the youngest guys on the team. So just to see that, just to see what the levels of progress that he can make as he builds the pyramid. And so we're very just blessed just to have him, like I said, and fired on, as like I say, just for the Trojan Network and the Trojan Brotherhood. Again,
how is it? A lot of people are saying, how did Drake Jackson fall to the second round? What I would like to know is, how did you, who were a consensus All-American first-teamer, Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, how did you slip to the fifth round? Have you ever done the math on that? Did you ever wonder what just happened there? Because you have, again, it looks like you got Pro Bowl talent in your body. Not a lot of fifth rounders can say that.
I'm blessed, and I'm just very grateful. I just had an opportunity. I really can't complain. I think a lot of people in the game of football would be just very. I don't see it as me slipping too far. I think it's me just blessed to just be drafted where I was at. I think the Niners took a chance on me, and I'm just excited just to be here. And I just want to, you know, you have a chip on your shoulder, as every player in this league does, and they just want to go in there and prove what you can do. Be smart and be vocal. I think my job is just to put other guys in positions to make plays, and if I can limit the distractions for them and let them play free, communicate, and even if it's just little adjustments like that and checks during the game, that's who I can be as a team player. And so, as a fifth-round safety, I don't see it as me slipping. I see it as me just being blessed to where I was at.
I think it's the NFL making a mistake, not you, obviously. And just so you know, just so you're comfortable, neither Ray nor I were drafted. You're talking to two undrafted radio hosts right here.
Man, I'm just blessed.
How much different was the day after the game for you than the day after the game when you were at USC? How much more sore were you?
You said much more what?
More sore. How harder was the recovery from your first NFL game than, say, your most physical game in college?
I would say college was. I was a lot more sore in college. I think college athletes, it's a little tougher, and I think everybody would agree with me on this. You're a student athlete, and student comes first. So usually games the day after, you have Sunday off. But when you get to Monday, you're going to class. You're not really getting a chance to do rehab. You're not getting a chance to take care of your body. But being in the NFL, this is your job, and your job is to be the best ability is the availability, and so you got to take care of your body 24/7. So I feel like the physical games they can take a toll on you, but at the same time you got to be able you have time to take care of your body. And college is a little tougher because you got to worry about math and science and all those classes that take a toll of not being able to really take the recovery time that you need. So I'd say college is a little bit more sore, but you do have lesser games. You only have, I think, 12 games in a season compared to a 17-game season plus playoffs. So plus preseason too. I'll say that. So at the end of the year, I think I played 24 career college games, and last year I had 21 games in the NFL that I was played in. So it's a little bit different, that's for sure.
How was that first taste of playoff football for you, and how much different was it than regular season football?
Man, every game, the intensity goes up. I'd say my very first NFL game from preseason to regular season, that same jump, you see that same jump from regular season to postseason. And each playoff game, it does another jump and another jump. And then I'd probably say the same if you get to the Super Bowl. Obviously, we didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but I'd say that's probably the same jump. It probably is even more. You got to be on the details in each game, but you can just see a rise of level of play, and that's what makes the playoffs so special, for sure.
Your blocked punt in Green Bay, your scoop and score, is one of the best 49er postseason plays anyone can remember. How surreal was that as a moment for you? It must have been a true feeling of arrival in this league for you. And where is that ball? Did someone get you and give you that ball? Tell me that's in a plastic case somewhere.
It's not a plastic case, yes. It's all painted up, definitely. But that's just a testament to my teammates. Jordan Willis being able to get through there, get the block, and just everybody doing their job. I was just blessed just to be around the ball when it fell. But that's a team effort. Our guys put us in position just to make plays, and as long as you're doing your 111, you guys are going to be successful on the field. And so it goes to the block field goal that Jimmy had earlier in the game to keep us from getting a field goal. Goes to the game-winning kick by Robbie. If he doesn't make that, we don't move on. So it's a testament to the teammates as much just a game like that, for sure.
So let's get to the topic that you might have heard about. Jimmy Garoppolo is still a San Francisco 49er. I don't know if you knew that, but it's true. There's been an awful lot of talk about your quarterback depth chart. Do you guys laugh at all the attention that this is getting? Does it make you want to cry a little bit? Do you feel how ridiculous the media circle and circus gets around this? Does the media noise infiltrate the team or the safeties room?
Definitely not. I think for us, we're just blessed just to be out here. I think seeing Jimmy every day, it wasn't really much of a surprise when he stayed here. And, the media is just doing their job. I can't tell them what to do. I can't tell them what to say. That's just what they love to do, and the media is able to report on anything. So, obviously, I don't make the higher-up decisions that they do. The front office does, but when Jimmy was back, it wasn't really a big surprise because we got to see him every day in the locker room. So, just being out there, we love him. Trey loves him, and it's a great competition in that room, as every room has, safety room, corners room. We're just blessed just to be out here, and we just got to compete every day.
Talanoa Hufanga here, and we'll let you go in just a little bit, but I got to ask you, tell us a little bit about Trey Lance. What is it like going up against him in practice? How is he developing? What do you see, and how much better do you expect him to be in week 2 in Santa Clara instead of week 1 in a monsoon in Chicago?
Definitely, man, he's incredible. Just being around him and just seeing the way he holds himself, the work ethic that he has. We're excited for him, especially week 2. I think, like everybody said, we got to get back to the drawing board. And for him, I think he's probably the most eager one just to do it. And so for a guy like that, just to go out there and do what he does is unbelievable. I think obviously the quarterback position is the hardest position in football because they have the most eyes on them, and they got guys that you got to make quick decisions and milliliters of a second, pretty much. And so he's just a guy that's going to go out there and get things done, but we're just grateful to have him, for sure.
So tell me, and we love great names. We celebrate great names here on this show, and you have one. Talanoa Hufanga. It rolls off the tongue. It sounds like a song title. It's a fantastic name. I know it's Tongan. Where does Talanoa come from? Is that a family name? Does it mean something significant?
Yeah, Talanoa it means to tell a story. And so that's kind of just how it means to talk, to tell a story. And then Hufanga is kind of like a safe refuge, a place of safety. So was just named that after, it's not named in our family. I was probably the first one to have it. And so for us, this is a blessing for my parents, really. So very grateful just to be here and the blessings that they've given me and the opportunities they've given me. So.
Now, can you give us a little sneak peek into Tongan cuisine? Like if I'm showing up at your house and I'm
Change the locks.
Yeah, right now. But we're putting plates together. What is on my plate if we're eating Tongan tonight?
Probably like taro leaves, lupulu. There's all different types. I'd say yams probably, and then there's this drink called otai, like watermelon. It depends which kind of otai you want to do, but that's probably the most flavorful Polynesian drink you could get. Pretty much it's like a smoothie almost, with like shredded coconut. You can do mangoes, you can do watermelon. It's all around, but that's kind of a little sneak peek for sure. And probably a pig. I think that's like the most poly dish you could think of, where you cook the pig underground, and then definitely that's what the luau's are all about for sure.
Well, hey, we're on Team Pork, so there's no doubt we would like that. We want to put you on Team Beef, and our friends at Harris Ranch Beef are giving you, Talanoa, a 10-pound package of prime porterhouse steaks, and you let it be known around the 49ers locker room. You come on with Damon and Ratto, you get porterhouse steaks shipped to your house, and we're going to do that for you. We're going to do that for all of our 49er guests, and I don't know if we're going to run into anybody all season long who was as much of a pleasure to talk to as you, Talanoa. It was a real nice pleasure meeting you again this year. Thank you for coming on the show. Good luck to you and your teammates against Seattle. This is a big one. I mean, turn around to week 2. It gets real big, real fast once again, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. No, we're excited. We just got to continue to build and continue to win any way we can. So we're just very thankful for this opportunity.
Hey, thank you so much for talking to us today, Talanoa. Really appreciate your time. Good luck with everything.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys. Have fun.
Thank you. Talanoa Hufanga. There you go. That's pretty cool. I like him. He's a nice guy. Kid's sharp. He really is.